Book title: Navigating Life's Crossroads, Finding Clarity in Chaos. Chapter 1: The Crossroads of Life. Life has a way of presenting us with moments that feel like crossroads, times when the future seems unclear, and the weight of uncertainty presses heavily upon us. These are the moments when we feel lost, unsure of what to do next, and overwhelmed by the chaos surrounding us. If you've ever found yourself in this place, you are not alone. Imagine standing at a crossroads, surrounded by swirling clouds of doubt and fear. Your head isn't spinning, but it feels like it is. Your heart is heavy, and every direction seems equally daunting. You've been here before, in one form or another. I certainly have. I remember a time when my laptop broke, my startup hit a rough patch, and I was faced with the decision of whether to move to Qatar with my husband. It felt like everything was collapsing, and the choice before me was a make-or-break decision for both my career and marriage. These moments of uncertainty are universal. Whether you're struggling with a relationship, a career challenge, or a personal crisis, life has a way of testing our resilience. The crossroads are a constant part of our human experience. But they are not just obstacles. They are opportunities to discover who we really are, what we're capable of, and how to navigate through the chaos. Chapter 2: The Storm Within. In times of chaos, it's easy to feel as though you're caught in a storm. The winds of doubt howl in your ears, and the rain of fear drenches your spirit. It's natural to cry out for help, to ask for guidance, to plead for a sign. I've done it many times myself. Lord, help me, we cry. But in the midst of this storm, it can be difficult to hear the response. The noise of our own fears, anxieties, and insecurities drowns out the still, small voice of clarity and direction that we so desperately need to hear. So, what do we do when we're trapped in the storm? When the answers seem elusive and the way forward unclear? The first step is to acknowledge the chaos. Life is messy, and it's okay to admit that you're struggling. Too often, we feel pressured to have it all together, to be the strong one for everyone else, to be the one who has all the answers. But in truth, it's in acknowledging our vulnerability that we find our strength. Chapter 3: The Power of Stillness. Finding clarity amidst chaos requires us to create space for stillness. When everything around you feels like it's falling apart, when your laptop crashes, your business faces setbacks, and your personal life is in turmoil, it's easy to lose yourself. During one particularly challenging season, when I felt as though I was being pulled in a million different directions, I realized the importance of stillness. Stillness is not about escaping the storm, it's about finding a place of peace within it. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply sitting in silence, stillness allows us to listen for that inner voice, the voice that will guide us toward clarity. In those quiet moments, when the world seems to be spinning out of control, we create space to hear the answers that have always been inside us. Chapter 4: Reaching Out for Help. Isolation is a breeding ground for fear and doubt. When we are caught in the storm of uncertainty, it's tempting to withdraw from others, to isolate ourselves in an attempt to protect ourselves from further hurt or disappointment. But isolation only magnifies the chaos within us. It makes the storm feel even more unbearable. It's essential, during times of uncertainty, to reach out to others. Talk to someone you trust, whether it's a close friend, a mentor, a counselor, or a support group. Sharing your burdens doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. When we voice our fears, we give them less power. And more importantly, we often find that others have been through similar storms. Sometimes, simply hearing someone else's perspective can bring the clarity we need to see the way forward. Chapter 5: Setting Boundaries in the Midst of Chaos. In the midst of a storm, it's easy to lose sight of our own needs. When everything feels chaotic, it can feel selfish to set boundaries with the people in our lives. But the truth is, setting boundaries is essential to protecting our well-being. After 10 years of marriage, I faced a moment when I had to ask for space. It felt daunting. How could I ask for space from the person I loved, especially when everything else in my life felt uncertain? But I came to realize that boundaries are not walls, they are bridges. They are ways of ensuring that both parties in any relationship can thrive, maintaining mutual respect and understanding. Setting boundaries allows us to honor our own needs while also preserving the integrity of our relationships. It's not about shutting people out. It's about creating space for both your emotional well-being and theirs. Chapter 6: Taking Small Steps Forward. When we are faced with overwhelming circumstances, it's easy to feel paralyzed. The enormity of the challenge before us can feel like an insurmountable mountain. The idea of rebuilding, of starting over, can be daunting. But the key is to take small steps. Rebuilding your life, whether it's recovering from a setback, starting a new business, or healing from a relationship crisis, doesn't happen overnight. It happens in small, deliberate steps. Every small victory, every moment of peace, is progress. Even if you feel like you're standing still, remember that even the tiniest movement forward is still movement. Progress is progress, no matter how small. Chapter 7: Trusting Your Resilience. Through every storm, you've survived. You've faced challenges before, and you've come out on the other side. The strength within you is not something you've acquired just once. It is something that has been built over time, through each storm you've weathered and each challenge you've overcome. This moment, no matter how dark it seems, is no different. You have within you the resilience and the strength to make it through. Trust in your ability to navigate life's crossroads. You've already made it this far, and you will continue to move forward, no matter the obstacles in your path. Chapter 8: Embracing Your Journey. When life feels uncertain, remember that you are not alone. We all face crossroads, and it is in these moments of uncertainty that we uncover our true strength. The storm may seem overwhelming, but it is temporary. The clarity you seek is already within you, waiting to be discovered. As you navigate your own crossroads, remember to be patient with yourself. Take each day as it comes. Trust in your resilience. Listen for that inner voice. Reach out for support. And most importantly, know that you are capable of finding your way through the chaos. This storm will pass, and you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. Conclusion: the road ahead. The road ahead may not always be clear, but it is yours to travel. Life's crossroads are not the end of the road, they are the beginning of a new chapter. Embrace the uncertainty. Trust yourself. And know that you have the strength to navigate whatever comes your way. You've got this.